Hi.
Hello. So, I don't know what to read, but okay, I know what to read, but I will finish
Yeah.
this.
So you've already started it.
Yeah, I started it yesterday, and I yesterday got to page 240, and now I want to finish this. It's really fast paced, so I can probably do that. But I have also Wicked. I can Kingdom of the Wicked. This is how I got it. I can't remember the name of it every time.
Yeah.
So that's totally fine. But I haven't
Okay.
read all day.
I'm going to share the link on Discord. Okay. Oh, here we go. We've got someone to join us. Hi. Good morning. Well, good afternoon for you, I suppose.
Yeah. No. How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Currently working, so it's a great day.
Oh.
But,
Well, I'm going to read Survive the Night. I'm going to start it today.
hey.
We'll see what I think.
Yes.
I hope you like it.
Me too, because, I know the reviews have been very mixed.
Yes. Very, very mixed. Oh, how did you like the ending of Spoiler Alert?
I liked it. I thought it was pretty like it didn't feel rushed like,
Yeah.
romance tends to do sometimes.
Yeah.
I liked it. I ended up giving it 4 stars. So,
Nice.
oh. Good morning. Hello. It's
Hello.
morning for me. So I keep saying good morning to everyone.
That's
What's everyone reading?
When I'm not having to work, I am reading All Our Hidden Gifts at the moment. I started this last night and I'm still about 30 pages in. And it's good so far. Seems okay. But no.
Okay.
I want to
What
finish.
is that one about?
Oh, this
I'm
is
excited.
about it's about a girl called Maeve in Ireland, and she's in high school, and she's found a deck of tarot cards, and I think she begins reading them, and I'm guessing she reads them wrong because the blurb is saying that her ex-best friend goes missing, and I think she has something to do with it and her tarot cards. So definitely witchy, paranormal, mystery. So be fun.
Okay. And Zoe, I'm excited for you to finish Final Girls to see what you think. Do you have a theory of who you
I
think
like
it
Sprayed
is?
Edges.
I think
Oh yeah.
I have a theory, but it always turns out not the way I think. So In the end, I'm totally surprised. I know that.
Hi, Rashida. I haven't read anything, but I binged The Witcher, and I'm thinking about rereading the series.
Why not?
We always love a reread.
Hmm.
I'm thinking about to read this series, but I don't know. I already
Yeah.
have so many series I need to finish, so I don't know if I want to start another one. And it's
That's my
also a big one. I wait.
Yeah, I'm in the
Yeah.
middle of so many.
And also, I watched like the first episode on Netflix of it, and I didn't really like it. Like, it didn't really grab me. So that's another thing. I'm like, do I really want to watch this or read this?
Yeah, I also started it and then I stopped it because I got the intention to read the series first and then watch it.
Mhm.
And then after that, they took so long to film the next season that I was glad I didn't start it. So I have a longer wait, not as long wait to the next series, next season to watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically reading Kingdom of the Wicked, but currently on the sofa trying to feel less like I'm about to die from my period.
Yeah.
I
That's about to be me in a
understand.
few days, and I'm not looking forward to it.
How are you liking Kingdom of the Wicked? A lot of people are reading that.
Mhm.
Zoe, that's me too. I already have so many series. I say as I'm literally reading the first book in a series.
That always
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes,
it took also so long to bring out the next book. I mean, yeah, of course, they need time to write the next one. But it gets so frustrating and then I forgot what's happened in the book, or I don't really forgot it, but the the main plot I remember, but the rest of it. And then the next book comes out and I started and I'm like, what? Who's this person? Was this mentioned in the first book? And then I need to reread it and then it's a never ending story.
and then
And it's almost hard to even find a standalone these days in fantasy anyway.
Yeah,
honestly,
You know,
half the
like
time
most
I end up reading a book and I think it's a standalone. It ends up being a series, and I'm like, well, damn it, I started another series and I didn't even mean to.
I was so excited when I first started the From Blood and Ash book because by the time I get to the first book, there was planned to be a trilogy. So I started it and then I had not a lot of time left for the next book, for the last book, the third book. And then she was like, yeah, this is going to be a 6-book series now. And I was like, no, I almost
Yeah.
got it.
Joe's really liking Kingdom of the Wicked, which is great.
I haven't actually
I'm
seen
hoping
any negative reviews of that.
yeah, me either. I have only seen, and I think we talked about this in somebody's live, the they don't like the main character, I guess.
Yes.
Amelia, is that her name? Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope I like it better than Stalking Jack the Ripper because I didn't care for that too much, but it was
Yeah, see, I was
fine.
kind of like that. I enjoyed it, but that was about the extent of it. Like, it wasn't a new favourite.
Hmm. I think this is for you, Lucy. If you don't like the show, you probably don't start the book. Season 2 is coming out this December finally. I liked the first 2 books because they're basically short stories.
Mm.
Mm. I want to read
Yeah.
this too. I hadn't even really heard of it until Mel did that video. Um,
I really
and
reading
I'm easily
someone's.
persuaded. I'm so grateful for the series that have a few pages at the start of each sequel to recap the previous. Oh, I haven't seen this before
I haven't seen
in a
that either,
series.
but that
There
would
are
be
not
so
a
good.
lot of books that I do this. I read a German series, fantasy series, that did this recap in the before the prologue. So this was really good. I wish everyone do this, but
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Yeah. Yeah, the main character is an idiot.
I just love the brutal honesty.
Morning,
of that.
Esme.
Hi, Esme.
Online
morning.
Zoom training all day. Ooh.
I love how you sneakily watch.
Mark Lawrence did it for Red Sister, I think. Huh, okay. So how are we going to do 45? Does that sound good to everybody?
Yeah,
That sounds good.
I mean, I'm
Okay.
working, so you guys do what you want.
Let me let me locate that Halloween timer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I very clearly wasn't prepared because I have to set up my settings to share my screen.
All good. You guessing the one that Hermione used?
Yeah, I found it, but my settings is trying to tell me that I can't share my screen until I restart Google Chrome. And I'm like, I can't do that right now.
Mm. Or could you find the one that Sydney used? That was cute as well. If that one doesn't tell you to restart.
It's my settings on my laptop that are making me restart. Once I give it the permission to share my screen, it says I have to restart the application.
We can just put a banner up if you want to do that instead.
We had the same thought at the same time. Okay, so let's see. Oh, and it's just in time right now. Read until
Yes, a good time.
Okay.
Cool.
Technical difficulties. Hi, Janelle. We're having issues, but now we're reading. Hello. Don't want to startle anyone. I read a chapter of Survive the Night. I already have 2 tabs. Can't figure out the camera there. And I made breakfast.
Ooh. I have yet to have breakfast for today.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like when it's Thanksgiving, you skip breakfast, you skip lunch, and you just prepare for a huge meal.
Yeah. Exactly.
I am reading 2. I'm reading The Inheritance Games, and
Are
I'm
you
also
liking it?
reading Monstrous, which is a graphic novel.
Mhm.
This is my mystery and this is my scary. But it's
Okay.
more it's not that I'm not scared, but it's like it's gross. It's horror, but it's gross.
Hmm.
So
I think the writing, the illustration in there is really pretty in
it is.
Monstrous.
It is pretty.
How's Final Girl Zoe?
Her face.
You
Okay.
finished? Oh,
No, I
okay.
did not finish yet. I read 100 pages.
Wow.
Oh,
Have a few guesses. I write this in a Discord channel.
I saw your guesses.
Yeah.
I
And
can't wait for you to get to the end.
I'm so scared. I'm so excited to read the final. No,
I
I
can't
think I
believe you
could
read
finish this in
100
the next
pages.
sprint.
That's so many pages.
It is so. I want to
You're fast.
know.
You're fast reading,
everything.
Zoe. You're fast reading and you're loving it, so you're really speeding through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is. I like it. I like this. I think I write this yesterday in the Discord channel that it's very so otherwise the final girl support group is similar to this one. The final girl support group was released this year, last year,
Mhm.
this year,
This year.
and this 2018, I think. And so the similars are there, but I like this more than the final girl support group. The character is more likable, even though she has her problems, but it's in
I
a good
think
way.
anyone is better than Lynette.
Joe read 25 pages of Kingdom of the Wicked.
Ooh.
Nice.
Are you liking it? I need to start that. I really do.
Yeah, she said she was liking it earlier. She just doesn't like the main character.
Mhm. Yeah, we were talking about earlier how we haven't seen a bad review of it. I haven't.
I've seen one. I
So
was talking about it on Diana's Sprint. There's this one person I follow on IG that has a YouTube as well. She gave it 2 stars, and then she gave Kingdom of the Curse 2 stars as well too.
Why would
But she said
she
she hated
read
the
the
first one,
sequel?
and I was just like, if you hated the first one, why did you read the second one?
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, if I hate a book, I am not. If I hate it, I am actually not going to read the second book. I'm sorry. Not if I
Yeah,
hated it.
Mm-mm.
I really think that some people have this problem that they just want to be this nasty and do something bad to the people.
Yeah.
I read a lot of reviews on Goodreads of books that haven't released yet, where they give this 1 or 2 stars to say, I hate this
Yeah.
author and I don't want that this book has a good rating. Like, if you don't
Yeah.
like the author, don't read something
Yeah.
Mm.
I agree.
from
Zoe.
them. It's okay to not like something, but
Mhm.
what
It,
I
it
don't
makes me wary. That's why I don't like when I look at books. I don't always check like reviews sometimes, just because,
Mhm.
especially when I know it's some
I check
authors
my
that
friends.
people have. Like I would more likely look to someone I know who has similar taste, who I think is interested or who've read it, than I'd look to random stranger reviews. Although sometimes
Yeah,
those I've
Mhm.
found get helpful. So I don't know. I feel like, but personally, if I don't like a book, I am not going to. I am not going to read
No.
it one. I'm not gonna waste my money on a second book. So
No.
Yeah, that's
You
how I
waste your
felt.
time.
yeah.
Yeah. I read
Yeah.
The Cool Prince last year and I didn't care for it, but
Mhm.
I thought maybe I would go ahead and read the sequel. But like so much time has passed now, I have zero interest in picking it up
That's
because I just did
exactly the
not
same as
care.
me. It's sitting on my Audible app, and I still haven't picked it up. I'm just like, it's too far gone now. I don't care.
There's just so
That's
many
a
other
waste of
books.
credit.
There's just so
That's
many other
totally
books that I've
okay.
loved the first book, and I'm like, why would I take the time to pick up this sequel to a book I didn't like if I have all these other books I've
Yeah.
loved?
Yeah.
So
And I read the Folk of the Air series this year, and
Mm.
I will not say it's that good to actually get into the sequel. I mean, I like the political part in the book. I
Yeah,
hate
I
the
just hate
romance.
Jude.
I
yeah,
tried to read the book because everyone recommends this on TikTok as the best
Yeah.
enemies to lovers book
No.
series. Like,
the first
Where?
book there's no
The
romance.
first
I'm like,
book is
what
There's
are you
no.
talking about?
Yeah.
in the second one
The
too.
first time
I
The
think
first
there's
book is
one.
traumatic.
I
the
think
first
in the
time I read it, I was like, I read it in January of this year, and I DNF'd it the first time I picked it up. Then I continued, and it was just mostly political intrigue. And the
Mhm.
second book I didn't read
Mhm.
until this summer, like sometime this summer, and it was mostly because I was trying to finish series I started. I did
Yeah.
like I wasn't chained with, so I didn't hate the first book, but I didn't like love it either. But I was kind of curious to see how it was gonna go because I keep seeing fan fiction of Jude and Carden, but there was no
Yeah. Was it a good?
romance the first book. But then the second book, it picked up a lot. There was more political intrigue. And I think the second was the strongest of the entire series.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, the
I've seen quite
second
a few
was the strongest.
people not like the very last book, like the way it
I
went.
like
I've
the
seen.
third one. The third one, I guess, is because it
Okay.
wasn't, I guess, because of how it, where Jude was in that book is where people didn't like it so much.
Oh.
But I think I think it was a good way to end it. It wasn't the best. I think still think the second one reigns. If I had to rank it, it'd be the second, third, first. The first was just a lot of political intrigue, but it was also so like it was just like these people are just so awful. Like a lot of awfulness happened in the first book to me than the second and
Yeah. There
third.
was. I didn't like anyone in the first book. I thought they were all
Everyone was just
horrible.
terrible and horrible and mean. So I that's why it's my least favorite.
till
Mm.
the day I don't understand why Jude and her twin sister just want to be there.
I hated her sister.
When
Yeah.
I would left.
I
Yeah. I
understood
was
why
like, I'm going back to
Like
the humor world. I don't care.
I
there,
understood, I
I
understood
don't
why
know.
Jude wanted to be
There
there, but
was
I didn't
one
understand her
scene
sister wanted to. I'm just
where there was this one scene where I closed my Kindle and was like, "What the hell? This will be the finest straw when I say, okay, I'm done with this world. I go everywhere else, but I just don't want to be there. Like, why?" And I I think the enemies to lovers trope in this was so bad, and I don't understand
It
why
was like
this happened in the
bully.
end. Because what
Mhm.
happened in the first book, I will never forgive this.
Mm.
Never.
No. If it's me
I will
personally, I'd be
say,
like, never.
please stay away from me.
Yeah.
the thing is, Jude is in many ways the same as Carden. And
Yeah.
she's done even worse
Yeah.
than him. You would think that he has done a lot, but in my opinion, Jude did way more horrible shit than Carden has ever
Yeah.
done his entire life. And she's been a human.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I like Jude's character because it was not this typical kind of main
Happy,
character who
good
does all the
character.
good things and everything happens
Yeah.
good to her,
She wasn't
and she
naive.
does bad things. And I like this. But Callan, I mean, he's also a bad person, but he acts like that. As not really in the action that he does, but the words what he speaks. It's
Yeah.
just
He can be
do
well.
you understand what I mean?
He can
Yeah,
be
and I feel
cruel.
like that's naturally how fairies are supposed to be too. You know, they're supposed to be these cruel. Like we read fae stories, and the fae stories we read, you're not actually like what we know, like real myth, like the story behind Faith. They're supposed to be evil, tricky, horrible type of beings compared, and I feel like that's what Holly Black at least brought to the table compared to a lot of the Faith stories I've read. She really brought they're evil bitches. Don't love them. Don't like them.
Yeah, like people say that like the depiction of the Fae is like
Yeah. It was
more
spot on.
good.
It was fun.
Yeah.
If you're looking for evil Fae,
That's the place to go.
that's a series I'd recommend.
When I think about this book logically, it should be 3 stars, yet somehow I'm still enjoying it way more than that. I guess the vibes are just great. Yeah, I've definitely given books 5 stars for just having fun
Yeah,
while reading them.
definitely.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, star
objectively, it's
ratings are
probably-
personal to you, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird, like, I can look back on my 5 stars and it's, like, for different reasons why I
Yeah.
give them 5 stars.
I agree. I don't think some of my 5-star books are not like the best written books. Maybe even plot. The plot is like some of them has.
it's like how you made it you feel.
But
Mhm.
every time I think about how I feel about it, that's why I rated it that way.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely. Because I think I gave like Throne of Glass, like I think mostly all of them were like 5 stars. Yeah, objectively, hardly any of them are actually 5 stars. But it was just the
Mhm.
way I was feeling while I was reading them.
Yeah, I was reading. That makes sense, and that's the point. When you're reading for your enjoyment, your entertainment. So if it makes you
Yeah.
feel like great and you want to get 5 stars,
Exactly.
I'm not a professional reviewer, so when I read books, I had to try to remind people I'm telling you how I felt, how the book made me feel.
Yeah.
Not the book
Yeah.
is objectively great, okay?
No, yeah. My review isn't like how amazing like the sentence structures were. It's like how it made me feel.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
can better rate or rant about a book when I don't like this because then I have an actual reason why,
Yes.
and then I have the examples, and then the end of the 5 stars, I'm like, yeah, I like this. I cried, I laughed, and then it's a 5 stars. It's okay,
Yeah.
feel it. But when I give this book a 1 star, I can hold
Got a
a
whole list.
whole presentation on what's wrong in this book. Let me
I
do
like that. I like if a book is rated low and you tell me why, then I'm like, okay, cool. I can see. I like when people tell me why, especially when they don't like a book, because then I'm like, okay, what didn't work for you might work for me. So I like when people say why. If you just rate it like 1 star, I'm lazy, so when it comes to reviews. But if you rate it 1 star, 2 stars, and you just don't leave anything, and I'm just like confused and okay, should I read this? Like, why didn't you like it? But
Yeah.
yeah, I like to look for 1 star reviews or 2 star reviews, and they have like explanation. I'm like, okay, tell me, give it to me. But you have some people who are just mean though, like you could tell it like I've found some reviewers multiple times. I see them on different books, and I'm like, okay, so you're just naturally a person who just like to like go like tear a book apart. Like, okay,
Mhm.
cool. Can't take you that seriously.
What does it say about me that I love books with main characters who are kind of not great people?
That's great. That's what I say.
There's nothing. You're fine.
Like
It's
like
fiction.
Jude or Ren from the Poppy War, for example, which I've heard this a lot, that
Yeah.
Ren is very what's the word? A not likable character, main character.
Yeah.
Makes
It's not
choices that you
questionable.
were like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
But I think
The
that's,
moral compass is a bit skewed.
Hmm.
but I think that's something new to read. I mean, you're in the
Mhm.
YA fantasy, everything they're so naive and they have a lot of luck when they all what they do. And so when you read the character like that, who does all the shit, it's I mean it's not relatable, but it's a lot more
Sometimes
fun.
it's refreshing.
Yeah, it's refreshing.
It's kind of like Joe Goldberg from the You series. I haven't read the books, but I watched the show, and you're like rooting for him even though he's murdering all these people.
Mm.
He's not a good guy, but you're like rooting for him for some reason.
I personally prefer in fantasy morally great characters. I don't want to read about no happy good moral people. Like I do that a lot. I read that a lot in romance and other genres.
Yeah, like you
Especially
don't always go to fantasy for that. You go to
I
romance
read
if you want a
fantasy
happy person.
I want to see shit happen. I want to see, and the thing is, even sometimes people say, "Oh, in fantasy, when you have really great characters, that doesn't exist." And I'm like, please, I've met horrible people in the human world. What do you mean? I've met people who did awful decisions. I used to believe that we're all great people out here doing the best. If that was the case, the world wouldn't have so much issues. Just putting that out.
Right? True crime podcasts wouldn't exist.
But
Ren
I
is
love in fantasy when the characters are morally great. It makes the story interesting. I feel like if it's a long series, it makes the story interesting, especially when they become this. They board on the line of they do awful things, but sometimes they do it for good reasons. Like it's not ultimately just because they're
Yeah,
always
it's
evil,
like
you know?
the greater
Mhm.
good.
Yep.
Yeah.
I haven't read The Poppy War. I'm kind of nervous about reading it.
Are you reading it with us at the end of the month?
No, my TBR is too
Too much.
it's too crazy this month. So I'm like, can't add another book. Plus, that'd be another series that I would be starting.
Yeah. No, but
I
like we're
think
doing
I'm,
all three of them together.
yeah, I kind of think I'm gonna binge them one day, but maybe,
Yeah.
probably like next year, maybe.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
so
When you
scared
feel
of
ready
we're
to.
gonna try to do it together because I'm not reading mines now either. I'm planning to do it next, maybe in the winter. Actually, I think I might read it during the winters.
I feel like it
Good
would
morning,
fit
Jenny.
a winter read. Hi, Jenny.
Hi,
Hi,
Jenny.
Jenny. I don't know. I'm really scared after reading all the trigger warnings,
It's
content
a lot.
warnings in the beginning. I was like, oh my god! I did a screen video when I scrolled to the
Oh my
content
gosh.
warning.
Was
It
it
was
really
a
that
lot.
long?
It was a lot. It
Oh
was
no.
so big that Discord can't handle the video without paying for that.
Wow. I think I might.
I know a
I'm
lot of
gonna
people
start it and see
read.
how I go. But if I can't handle it, I'm throwing that book.
I know a lot of people read the Rape of Nanking with it because that's what it's kind of based off of, that
Yeah,
story,
so that's like the actual historical event that actually
and it makes
happened.
it a lot more. I guess it makes it
Real.
hit harder. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of like maybe I shouldn't read it because then I could be like it's fantasy instead of it's actually happened.
Yeah.
I don't think I could listen to the audiobook for it. I'm thinking with all the trigger warnings I've heard and how graphic it is, I feel like this is a book I'm gonna have to definitely read physically and take it piece by piece.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm scared though because I've seen people cry from this series. Like I've seen only
Yeah.
tears. So I'm like, I can only handle so many books that are gonna have me bawling my eyes out. So yeah, I want to read Jade, the Greenbone Saga series. I don't
Yes,
know when I'm
me
reading
too.
that. But I really want to read that. That is, I don't see much tears for that series, and I'm like, I'm trying to put. I heard I'm reading Throne of Glass. I just started that, and I really want to finish it before the year end. And I hear I'm gonna cry at the end.
Yeah, you know. I didn't, but a lot of people do.
So I'm just like, I don't know. I have a
Yeah.
little
I've
I
really
think
considered buying the special editions of the Greenbone Saga, but I haven't read it yet. So I was like, I don't want to buy them, and what
I
if I don't
own
like it? But
Jade
I haven't heard
City.
anybody say anything bad about it.
Yeah, I own Jade City and I haven't read it, and then I bought all three of them from Luma Crate. So I
same.
may have completely messed myself up with that, but I'm gonna be reading it in January.
I feel like you're
I
gonna like
bought.
it. Like I
I
said, I
have
haven't seen anyone dislike it.
No, neither have I. That's why I felt secured like buying it.
someone said like if you like The Godfather and like you like found family, like that's what Jade City is. And if you know what type of tropes you like, then
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can kind of
everything in it
date.
seems good.
Yeah. I've seen people who don't even read that type of books enjoy it too. So that's a big win for me, in
Mm,
my opinion.
yeah, I think because like most of the people that I watch on YouTube have really loved it. I
Mhm.
trust them.
Yeah.
Hi everyone. I'm currently reading House of Earth and Blood, but want to start reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Oh wow.
I haven't read
Wow.
House of Earth and Blood yet. I want to finish Throne
Are
of
you going
Glass
to?
first. Yeah, I want to
Okay.
finish the Throne of Glass series first and then pick this one up.
Where are you up to in ACOTAR?
And what? Oh,
In
are
ACOTAR.
you asking her or me?
Yeah.
I've read ACOTAR.
Oh, you read. Okay.
Yeah, I read that series last year. But on Throne of Glass, I've only read Assassin's Blade and Throne of Glass. I'm very
Oh
behind
my
on the
gosh,
buddy
you got
read.
all
We're
that.
the same level, Lauren. Okay, when do
Yeah,
you
you
want
are.
to?
You guys need to buddy read.
We could buddy read it because I haven't read the Assassin's Blade yet. But
Oh, you should.
I'm gonna read it either before or after Ear of Fire.
That's where most people cry, is in Assassin's Blade.
There's like Diana. She's like that's her favorite. I think that was one of her favorite books out of the series, except the last novella in that book. She said the last novella just made her bawl her eyes out.
Yeah, the last one. But like it, I think the Assassin's Blade's so good of like gearing you up to how she is in the first couple of books and why she's got so many trust issues. So it's really good.
I really want to read
I don't
this though.
usually.
I've had this for like almost a year, and I really want to read this, but I want to read it when the second book is about to release.
Yeah, I feel like you should marathon them.
Yeah.
The second one comes out in January, right? Or
February,
is it
yeah.
later in the year?
February.
It was
February.
first planned, I think, for January because I pre-ordered this when
Yeah,
it first came, but they rescheduled it. It's
Mhm.
Amazon says March, and I'm like,
March.
for
think
for,
it's
for
because
me
of
to
the-
deliver. It's like with the same with the love appetizers. Does it call it like
Oh,
it? I don't know. I pre-ordered this also, and it's arrived in November.
Oh my gosh. No,
The
I
hardest
pre-ordered
one.
it on Waterstones, but I had no idea. I couldn't find the special edition. It was all sold out. So I had to buy the regular, which I'm annoyed about, but oh well.
I
I
pre-ordered
ordered
it.
the original copy of it because I live in Germany, so I have no access to one of the special editions, to none.
Mm-hmm.
Also, my heart is broken. I just want the bonus chapters.
Oh no, I got the
Me
exclusive
too.
edition.
I don't usually like reading more than one pocket ones because it confuses me, but I don't think I'll be able to finish my current read this week because it's a little over 800 pages. Yeah, that book is really long.
Yeah, it is.
I've seen people, I saw like more than one person read it in like 24 hours. I'm like, wow.
Wow, not
Yeah.
me.
No, I read
Yeah, me either.
I read A Court of Silver Flames in 2 days. It was like a 48-hour readathon, but 24 hours
took
for
me
a
a
book
month
of that
to
length
read
was
that one.
so bad. It's a
It
lot.
took me a month
Yeah,
to
but
read.
in A Color Silver Flame, nothing. There's not this heavy world building that is in Certain City. There's a lot of world building in this one, and A Color Silver Flame just
There
was
is.
utter
Mhm.
content.
When you read it for 48 hours, you did nothing else, right? You were just reading for 48 hours.
Oh yeah, no, I was just reading.
Oh my God.
Same, Lucy. I've owned an ebook of Jade City for ages and haven't read it, but I bought the Olivia Creed editions too.
Yeah.
It's easier to buy
I
it
bought-
and sell it if you don't like it than it is
Yeah.
to buy it, love it, not buy it, love it, and then you have to pay so much money to get it from a reseller because people are ridiculous when it comes to reselling.
Yeah, definitely.
And I bought my special editions of From Blood and Ash before I read the book, but I was very, very confident I would like it. So
Yeah.
I read the
I'm
first
like,
book
yeah,
and I still pre-ordered it without even knowing. Like I pre-ordered it just before I decided to read the first book, and then I was like, I should read the first book.
oh, they meant to say reading more than one book, which I used to also not read more than one book at the same time, but I've gotten better at it.
Same.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't have a lot of time. There's only so much time during the day. And I actually want to take my time to read the book and enjoy it because instead of rushing and forgetting. Yeah. I've noticed too,
favorite.
I have to kind of stop reading before bed because I start falling asleep, and then the next morning I don't remember what I read.
Oh no.
So I have to start reading better in the morning.
I struggle to read in the day like a lot. I prefer to read. I find my best reading time is in the evening. I read much slower during the day. I don't know what it is. Maybe my
Mm.
brain is just lazy. But it
I
would
think
take
like
me time.
when I have like a deadline, I know that like I have to do something after I'm reading. I feel like on edge because I'm like I need to not be engrossed by this to then miss what I need to do. So that's why
Yeah.
I enjoy reading in the evening because I know there's nothing else I need to do.
That's true.
Hmm. Good morning.
Morning.
Hi.
Morning, Hanani. What are you
She's
reading,
up bright
Hanani?
and
I don't know
early.
what you're reading.
Did you put a poll up? Has she finished Queen of Shadows?
She was reading
Yes,
Queen
she
of
did put a
Shadows?
poll up. She was choosing between dial A for aunties and
The last thing you told
everything.
me.
Last
Yeah.
thing he told me. I
Hmm.
voted dial A for aunties,
I'll
but
smile A.
I think the last thing he told me was
Winning. Yeah.
winning.
It's winning, though it's still like winning. Somebody else vote. Somebody go vote. Zoe already voted.
Good morning, Morgan. Wedding weekend is finally over. Yes.
Yeah. I
Congratulations to your
wedding.
sister.
Aw, congratulations, Morgan.
Yes, she finished Shadows last
What did
night.
you think of it?
What did you think of it? Please let me know. I've heard like a lot of people love that book.
I saw her put something in the SJM channel in the
Oh, did
Citadel
she?
that Mel didn't like, but I couldn't. I
You
couldn't
can.
read the
Okay. I'm gonna
spoiler.
read it.
Let me see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she said the other day on Sydney's
Yeah.
rant
No, I agree
that
with
she
you,
had a certain character
Hanani.
that everybody seems to love.
Yeah, one of the love interests she finds irritating, and I agree.
Okay, I guess we can do another sprint. My brother's cooking
Start.
breakfast in the background if you guys hear the sizzling. So,
Yeah, my HelloFresh box just got here, so I need to go downstairs and quickly shove that in the fridge before it starts melting.
let's see. I'm just going to do to make it even.
Hmm.
Like that.
Yeah. Who cares if it's actually more than 45? It's fine.
Oh, well, let's see. Hold on, he had a few comments here. Starting to read this short book called Patchwork Murder.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Okay, I can't get over Mel's reactions to Hanani. I can't click on
Yeah,
the
it's just like.
spoiler, but it's the reactions to Hanani's comments. I'm just like, I want to see what she's talking about. Why she's crying.
We'll catch up, Simone. We'll catch up.
We'll catch up. Yeah.
Okay, happy reading.
Bye.
Hi.
Hi.
I only read another chapter, but I did a couple of vlog updates as well. I feel like I'm doing so many vlogs right now. I have a Thrillathon vlog, and then I'm doing like a couple of specific vlogs for books or authors. So
Nice.
I had to do a lot of those.
No,
Did you finish sewing?
Yeah, you look like it.
I think I give this book 5 stars. I love it.
Yay.
I gave
think
it
the
5
most
stars too.
shocking thing about this whole book was that my guesses were actually correct. And this was what shocked me the most. So
When
I
I
was like-
first read it, it totally shocked me. I wasn't expecting it at all. And I remember finishing it and I was like, "Oh my gosh," and I made one of my only friends that read it. And so still to this day, we'll be like, "Oh my gosh, I wish we could find a book that just we loved as much as Final Girls," because we just had a great experience reading it.
I mean, I guess this for fun. I was like, maybe it's that person, because why not? That would be so fun if it turns out like that. And it was.
Yeah, when you
But this
it's
is
always
good.
great too because when you look back, you can see it. But yeah. Have you started reading, Lucy, since you finished work?
No. Yeah, so I finished work on the hour. But I'm now revising for my work exams. Yay. But I'm only going to do a few. I think I might do like one more sprint revising. Then I'll start reading.
Okay. How's your chicken coming, Simone?
It's done. It's just I took off the oven, but I have it on keep warm so it doesn't, get cold. I'm waiting to go to dinner. I should be going to dinner. I was supposed to go to dinner in like 12 minutes, but everyone's running late, so I might be here from maybe under 30 minutes. Not really sure. So I'm hungry. That's what I am. I'm really, really hungry. I'm ready to eat. I'm so ready to eat. I did. I'm reading Monstrous on my iPad. It's funny. I can't read books on my iPad because it's so big, but like graphic novels are perfect on this large screen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, like on the screen is large. It's like the iPad Air. What is it? 9, 10? It's about almost 10 inches, so it's kind of heavy to hold. So I prefer to read for graphics, and then I got a Kindle so I can read
Oh, really?
more comfortably. Yeah.
Oh, I love reading on my iPad.
I loved it on my old iPad. So I had like a 7-inch iPad and it was much lighter too. But this new one, even with a thin type of what do you call this?
Case?
Case.
It's so heavy. And
Yeah.
so I don't feel that comfortable. Like if I'm in bed and I'm trying to read with this with one hand, my hand would get tired.
Yeah, I mean, like, mine's not like that heavy. I quite
Really?
like mine. And like, I have it on this side.
On that side?
And then I have like 2 columns of text. So that like...
So it's like a book, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, basically it's like a flat book.
I read a few ebooks earlier this year on it and I was struggling. So I was just like, okay, I need something lighter and then the lighten, even though I can adjust it in iBooks, it sometimes still hurts my eyes, even with my glasses on. Well, mostly at night. So.
I put a you can probably tell it's like really shiny. I put an anti-blue light blocking like protector on it. So it doesn't hurt my eyes.
I also changed the color of the background from the Kindle app. You can change it from white to yellow or dark if you want.
Yeah, I turned it to black.
And had this in yellow. This was pretty good. But I used I know what you mean, Simon. This was really heavy, my iPad, so I just stands in front of me and I sitting there like and tap and tap.
I feel like I wouldn't even want to travel with this to read. Like if I'm like, because sometimes I love reading, but if I have a book, I rather take something small, like a smaller book with me if I'm traveling. So I'm like, if I can't take any books, I rather have that small Kindle like in my bag, so then I can always just take that instead of taking this, because
Yeah.
this will take up my whole backpack. I have like mini backpacks, and like this takes up good space because it's square and rectangular.
Yeah. I normally just put it like in the laptop compartment and it's normally fine.
I actually bought a new backpack to like that divides so I can have my laptop, my iPad, and my books. That sounds kind of ridiculous. It feels like I'm walking with an entire house.
No, it's true.
But I hardly ever take my laptop anyways when I'm leaving to go anywhere. So I just need a backpack I can carry my books and my water and my wallet.
Yeah.
And snacks. I can't believe I forgot snacks.
You always need snacks.
Hi guys, unfortunately I'm not going to read some thrillers. I had to find me company while I read, then I can focus and read more. Well, that's okay. I think quite a few people aren't necessarily reading thrillers, but you can definitely find some other books to fit the prompts.
Yeah, definitely.
Hi Laura.
Hi, Laura. Already?
Wow. The next sprint.
Wow.
Go.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
definitely
Going to finish this.
definitely.
I want to know what she's gonna rate it. Since she's loving it so much, like the atmosphere, I'm curious to know what she's gonna rate it.
Yeah.
David, I joined late but read 22 pages of Slaughterhouse-Five. Okay, Slaughterhouse-Five sounds very much like a horror book.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Slaughterhouse-Five. Jeez.
Never heard of that.
I'm like
Haven't
very
either.
impressed with people who can read like horror and like those really spooky thrillers. Like kudos.
Yeah, I haven't read like a lot of horror, but I definitely want to get into it.
Yeah. I'm a bit weird. Like, I love watching horrors, but sometimes reading is worse for me because then it's like my imagination that's making it crazy rather than something
Yeah.
on the screen.
That makes sense.
Mm.
She has no idea what she's going to rate it yet.
Let it sit and then.
I don't think I'm gonna rate Monstrous. I think I'm gonna leave it unrated once I finish it because I don't know what to rate it.
Mhm.
I feel like I would have to do a breakdown of what I'm rating it on, like the graphics, the world building, because this definitely has some world building. I'm a little bit kind of not really lost, but it's like a lot of information, and I'm trying to remember who's what and like. Oh, I understand the major conflict. You have like humans versus these arcanics, whatever they're called. They're not humans. They have like wolf. We got something look like a bird. We got a monkey king. We got all kind of things. And I'm like, I think I'm following, but I'm also still not following at the same time. So I'm gonna leave it unrated for a while until I can like let it settle in.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes you just need to digest a book and then you can rate it.
I think I need to stop rating things as soon as I finish reading them because as I digest it, I end up changing my rating because I'll be so caught up in the feelings of how it made me feel. And then I'm just like, okay, I rated it 5, but actually it was really more like a 4.
Yeah.
You know, it's more like a 4.5 maybe.
I feel like I've been trying to do that a lot more, but then I end up rating everything like a 4.5 because I'm like, oh, it's not quite a 4 because I really did enjoy it, but then I'm like, it's not really a 5. So I'm just like, well, just everything's a 4.5 now.
Yeah.
I try too not to be influenced by other people.
You're great.
It's
I start second guessing myself when I hear other people talk about a book that I love too. I'm like, wait.
Same. Like sometimes some people make valid points that I didn't really see, and then I'm just like, okay, now I kind of want to lower my rating because now that you've mentioned it, and then I really think about it, and I'm like, oh, why did I have to listen? Why did I listen to you? Now I'm reading that I read it.
Yeah. Well, they
Yeah.
ask you, but why did you like it then? I'm like, I can't tell you why. I just did.
Yeah. Haven't read much horror either. I don't get scared easily from books. Grossed out a bit, maybe. That's what I had with Tender is the Flesh.
That sounds such.
I'm never gonna read that book.
Oh.
Yeah, Victoria was talking about it in the Discord, I think, and she said it was really gross. I mean, it sounds like it's probably gross.
Yeah. I think if I remember correctly, it was about cannibalism. So I don't want to.
Oh, yeah. That does kind of sound what it would be
Yeah,
about.
it's very gross.
Oof, I don't think I could read the description of that.
Yeah.
Zoe, for a scaredy cat like me, do you think I could handle Final Girls?
Yes.
You just want me to read it.
I mean, I thought there's not really happening anything to the person herself. She's just trying to figure out something about the first step, but it not really happened anything to her. It's just in the last couple of 50 pages, I think, that something happened. So
Mhm.
you just start to think, okay, what's happened in the night? You have this flashback scenes of the night, what happened in there, and you get this hourly update. So at 8 this happened, and then this happened, and so you're just trying to figure out what happened this night because she can't remember, and this is really fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I think even in the flashback scenes, it's not very graphic in the flashback
No.
scene. So I don't think it would really scare you necessarily.
I'll place a hold on it then.
That hesitation.
I'll give it a try. It'll be my first real thriller. I'll give it a try. I'm trying to step up my comfort zone. I feel like this year I stepped up my comfort zone a lot. I picked up books that I wouldn't read. I read like one of a genre I don't typically would ever read or don't like. So I'm gonna give it a try for thriller. I'm gonna give this book a try because Zoe loved it, and everyone else. I think did Sydney read this too? I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sydney liked it as well.
Right. So I'm gonna just put that. That will be my out of comfort zone for the last of the year.
Hi, Kelsey.
Hi, Kelsey. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hi, Kelsey.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
She's 1 hour behind me. I think she's in Quebec. So soon dinner time. Actually, Kelsey, if I ever come to Quebec, because I usually sometimes go and visit my sister there, I'll come see you just so we can talk books.
I haven't finished a book, so I'm going to read my shortest book. Things have gotten worse since we last spoke. Is this that book with the girl? It's kind of like a graphic cover almost. Like her face
An intense
is
book.
distorted. I think that's
I have no
the book.
idea. I've never heard of it.
I never heard of it, and that's a long title too. Let me
Yeah.
Google this.
A short book with a long title.
Yeah, right. Thank
Oh, I see the cover. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, she said
Oh my
this is-
gosh. I'm closing that. Nope, don't want to see the rest of that. No, it's okay.
I'm looking up. Oh, what is this?
Nobody gave me more.
We've got some French here.
D'accord.
Oh, that is a artistic choice.
Yeah, the cover has intrigued me. And the fact
Really?
that it's I wanna try out some horror, so I'll definitely be
And if
looking
it's
out to
short
see
as
what
well,
everything's about.
then
Yeah.
I feel like that's
Under
a
2
good.
pages. That's okay. That's really short.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, like any sort of book under 300 pages, it's a short book.
Mhm. Unlike the I can't remember how long A Court of Frost and Starlight was. That was a novella, but it was still pretty long.
I think it was like 250 or less. 230.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, was it? I guess it just felt.
Just ignore the fact that this book exists.
Yeah. I feel like
233.
233.
I don't know
I
why
have
it
two
felt
of
longer.
these.
It could have been like
I have
condensed and like put in the beginning of like Silver Flames or at the end of Aqua War. It
Hmm
didn't need to be its own thing. And pay more money for another book.
I wanted the hardcover and I didn't want to buy the hardcover. So when I bought the Akatar box set, I was happy it was in there.
No, I bought the hardcover. That was annoying.
I'm so happy. I'm glad I waited to buy it because I end up only paying $88 for it for the whole set.
Oh,
Which the original cost is $189.
You did good then.
So, because they're on, I don't know why her books are on sale right now, but I think almost all of her books, except the Thunder Glass series, are on sale at bookstores and on Amazon, and I'm just like, what's going on?
Yeah,
This
what are
doesn't
you
happen.
doing?
So, I got Throne of Glass for really cheap too. I think I got Throne of Glass for like $142, and it was like $199 plus tax, and I got it for
Oh my
$142 including tax, and that's 8 books. So to me, that's a steal because that's like $17 for hardcovers.
Mm-hmm.
I was the one that like bought each one individually as it was going. I was like, oh. So I don't even know how much I paid for mine.
When it was, did you read it as it was coming out, like as it was written?
No, that's
Oh.
the thing. Like I read the first 2 as they were coming out, and then I went to university and everything went a bit haywire. But I still carried on buying them because I was like, I know I'm gonna read them eventually. I should have just stopped and just bought a box set when it came to it, but I didn't.
University kills reading. For people who
It
can
really
do
does, because I ended up having to read books for the actual course, and then it became a chore, and it was not fun.
I think reading for
When I was in college, I read a lot of fan fiction. That was my reading.
Yeah, no, I was
This
just
was
like
the cheapest
binging
option.
Netflix the whole time.
I had the Wattpad app on my phone, and so in between classes, I would, read a little bit.
Yeah, I was like that in high school.
I feel like I never gone through that Wattpad phase. I didn't know about it. So I feel like I missed out on a lot of the good fanfics that people talk about because I never knew Wattpad existed.
Yeah. I was a bit late to the party, but then I also didn't read like when it was the pairing, like you would have one pairing, you just read all of that. I would just like read a book that intrigued me rather than because it's got this pairing in it. So I was never like up to date with like the popular trends on Wattpad.
Yeah, I never read anything on Wattpad, or I did read 2 fan fictions on Wattpad, but they were so shitty.
Yeah, like
Did I?
Yeah,
read
even the ones
this
that I
whole
read
app?
and thought were so good, they're like looking back, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I think I had a different fan fiction app. This is a German fan fiction app, and I liked it really because you can pick your pairing, what you want to read, and if this person had a say what pairing is in the story, you can specifically read this pairing of your favorite.
Yeah,
book.
so
That
that's
was-
why I preferred Archive AO3. I preferred that website over Wattpad because you can search by a pairing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Hi,
I only
Morgan.
read it much.
No.
I never knew either. My brilliant book that copied Gossip Girl that I wrote when I was 11 would have thrived. Would love to read that, Kelsey.
When I tell you, I write fan fictions back in the day when I was in high school, like it's not called high school here, but the same thing. I was
Mhm.
in school. Until today, I get sometimes a message because I don't finish, didn't finish the fan fiction that I wrote. Like, can you please tell me how this will be end? And I'm like, this is the selection. What do you think? What I want to write?
Oh my god. Yeah, people
I
can
had
be
a
very
friend.
like, "Tell me now." I'm like, okay.
I had a friend, and we would write fan fiction together, and like I would write a bit and then send it to her, and she'd write and send it to me.
Oh, that's cute.
Me too.
No, I never dabbled in writing. I probably should have, but I didn't.
I mean, my writing was no good, but
No, my
What's wrong?
right.
um,
I only started reading fan fiction in the last few years, but I never used Wattpad.
hmm.
Yeah. I feel like now it's so well known that it's probably kind of hard to find even quality stories on there because there's just so
Yeah.
much.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
haven't
always
read any
thought
fan
of
fiction
I
for a
think
while.
the most of the people that I found on Wattpad, I think they used the whole app as for her own books that they write.
Yes,
Like,
yeah, exactly. I
so
thought that too. It's like they
can
just wrote their
put
own
this
book.
into the world without having a publisher in the back, and so they can write it. So it's not
Yeah.
really a fan
It-
fiction
That's
anymore; it's
like
their own book. So
it's like the
I,
kissing booth, isn't it?
Hmm.
They wrote that on Wattpad.
I mean, a lot of the popular books were books on Wattpad back in the day, like After from Anna Todd.
Yeah, I read that one when it was on Wattpad, and I just thought it was so great. And I was like, now, like I look back, and I'm like, I don't know about that, Lauren, because it was just the
I
same.
read
I mean,
this.
it's the same thing over and over, the same
Yeah, I read this.
conflict resolution.
This was
They can get old
these
for what
books
you say.
were the final straw when I stopped reading romance books because I read them because everyone liked them, and I hated the books so much. And I know one girl was sitting in my class and was like, "I wish I had the same a relationship like Harden and Tessa," and I was like, "What? What's wrong with you? Why do you want
I
something
don't.
like that?"
I don't know that it would have been as successful if it wasn't originally a Harry Styles fan fiction.
Yeah,
Like that's what drove
I'm
it, I
so
guess.
mad that that book is so popular, and I'm mad that I own all of it. I own all of it on ebook.
yeah,
Let me tell you, it is the most addictive trash I've ever read.
yeah. And it was not even
Yeah.
good. I think
I'm
It's not good, but the writing is addictive because it's
yeah,
trash.
I can remember that I throw the third book into the trash.
Did you?
And yeah, and I grab it out of the trash can again because I need to finish this book
Yeah.
because I
As I
wanted
was
to know how
reading,
this
I was
ends.
thinking,
And
this
then I
is
read the
bad.
last book because I wanted to know how this whole book series end, and I was like, I
Yes, so
can't
that's how I
believe
felt. Like it was so bad, but I wanted to know how it ended. So I
Yeah.
went straight through.
it
I wish I
was
could
like
get
an
my money
accident.
back.
You just don't want to watch it, but you need to watch because you can't look away.
Exactly. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I feel like there's a good way to be inspired by celebrities and a not so good way.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
was a not so good way. Wasn't there an interview with Harry Styles where he say he's not comfortable with this whole book series?
I mean,
think I
I
read this a
probably
few
would
years
be.
ago on Twitter that he was not comfortable that there's a
I
whole
mean,
fiction book
I can't
series
imagine the person who would be
based
comfortable
on
with
him, and he was like
Is
this
it
trash character and not even good.
right? Okay, but I need to know which book this is, Joe, because
Yeah.
I need to read this if I haven't already. I've
And
only
what
read the
gift?
Brown Sisters.
You know what gift?
Yeah,
Is this supposed to be like
exactly.
read from the first book, or is this like a completely different series? Because I only know the Brown Sister trilogy, and I'm trying to think of which love interest would be Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe red.
I don't think it's the second one. I don't think
maybe.
it's second hand. didn't take a hint. I don't think it's the
I'm,
third
I'm
book
thinking
either.
Chloe. I'm thinking it might be red.
I'm wondering
Yeah,
if it's
that's
red.
what I
If
was
it's gonna be anything, it'd probably be red. If it's the Brown sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
I
only
don't
thing
know.
I've read by her. But I need to
Maybe.
pick up the Roommate Risk because Jenny loves
I need
the
to pick that
Roommate
up
Risk,
too. And Cleo
and
really
I
likes
want to read it.
I think
I think
Kalia read
yeah, you said Kalia.
one series too. I can't remember which one. And she loved it, right? I'm trying to remember.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she did.
It's a different series. Yeah, it's a different series.
Series. Okay. We need to check this out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like we need to pass this on to Rashida as well.
Yeah, exactly.
A girl like
her.
A girl like her.
Magic.
It's the Ravenswood series.
Okay, I think
yeah.
I've heard about that series. I think Madison from Princess of Paperbacks has read it and liked it.
I mean, the guy on the cover looks like him.
Yeah.
How much does it cost?
I'm on Amazon right now to look.
Yeah, it's got autistic rep.
Yeah.
And it's interracial.
Ooh, the Kindle edition is $2.99.
I looked this up. A girl like her in the Amazon search field. What stands there after passion? No, not this one. The book.
I'm sure there's probably a bunch of books like that with that name. The one that Madison liked though was like, I guess it's like a novella because it's the number 1.5 in the series Damaged Goods, I think.
Yeah, I can see that one on
which
Goodreads.
It's about a woman. She's pregnant and she leaves a abusive relationship. And Madison really liked that one. That's the one I had on my TBR.
It's Talia's
characters
comment on that book for Damaged Goods. She was like, I read this while I was writing it and I quite enjoyed myself. That is so cute. How long is the novella? It's 181 pages. Okay, never mind.
I bought it.
You bought it.
You said you bought it?
A girl like her. A small town romance. I'm here for it.
You buy the Kindle edition.
Kindle edition. $2.99.
$2.99. You know,
$2.99. That's my right time.
I find that
I'm gonna
Kindle
read.
books are usually cheaper than iBooks. Kindle books are usually cheaper than iBooks sometimes.
They're more?
Oh, more.
I've never bought them. I wouldn't even know how to do that.
I used to read a lot of iBooks when I was in college too, because I had the app on my phone. I re-downloaded the app last year, I think, to see what books I had on there, and I don't even remember reading half of those. I was like, "What is this?"
Really?
Because it was like cheap romances. Yeah,
yeah.
It was like cheap romances, and I was just like, I don't remember reading this. Did I read this?
Oh, how did I not know that iBooks was like a whole bookstore?
Mm-hmm.
With audiobooks as well. How did I know this?
Yeah.
I was looking at different authors and I couldn't find them on iBooks, so I'd have to go to Amazon to find them. So I'm just I feel like as much as I love iBooks, I kind of prefer Kindle ebooks because at least they usually have way more authors. I'm guessing that's because people can self-publish on there. Maybe that's why some of them.
Yeah,
but I have a few books on in my iBooks. I could see all the books I read when I was in high school on here.
I've got so much rubbish on my iBooks.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all like documents. It's not even anything.
I have Jade City on iBooks because I remember it was on sale for like $2.99 one time, and I was like, okay, I need to buy it. Never read it, but I got it on sale for $2.99. And book 2 is cheap too. Book 2 is like $5.99 on iBooks, which is how much does the physical copies cost? Jade City. I love when like authors have the
You
ebooks
can
way
get all
cheaper
three
than
for £10.
Really?
Yeah.
It's always wild to me because I guess those books are just maybe really well known in the book community. So they're still kind of cheap. Because I don't hear a lot of people talk about them, but the people I do hear talk about them love them.
What bothers me is when I see like some Jade War is 35 for us, Simone. I bought it hardcover. That's why I didn't buy it hardcover because I looked at it and I was like, I got mine actually as a gift from my sister and she got it on sale. I think the paperback is like 22 and the hardcover is 35, and I'm just like, but when I go in the iBook store, it's $5.99 for the ebook, and I'm just like, wow.
What is that?
That's the
£20 for
Bloomberg.
I think
hardback.
Kelsey,
That's a lot.
you've read Jade. Oh, Jade War. Yeah, you've read Jade City already.
I refuse to buy it for 35. But the thing is, I bought the special editions, and I'm pretty sure if you do the individual cost to the books, it's
The
more than
shipping.
it's more than 35. I just
Yeah.
know it. Let me shock Kelsey in how much I paid in Canadian for each book. Let me just go double check how much I paid.
Yeah.
Because I paid in pounds, but I have to convert it to Canadian. Let me check my credit card. I think I paid £103 for the 3 books and I guess whatever 3 items they give us. I'm not sure what the items are. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping the items are of value to make me feel good about spending all that money.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I paid 178 and 77 cents in Canadian. That's a lot. And that includes shipping. Shipping was at least almost, I think it was £28.99.
Oh my
So it was
How
gosh.
much did you say it was in pounds?
My total was 103, and I think 28.99 was the shipping. And I think the book set was £75.
Yeah, I paid 88 all in total with shipping.
So say I divide that 178.77. I don't even know the value of the items itself, but 59.59 is how much I paid for the 3. Let's call it that.
Yeah,
So
I literally paid £30 for each book, and a normal hardback is £15 here.
oh geez, you paid double.
Yeah.
I can't say nothing. I basically paid triple.
Mm.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
I think we're gonna start another sprint. My dog is whining at me to be let outside.
I agree, Kelsey. I agree. Is I have a credit card that I pay I don't pay foreign exchange fees. So whatever the conversion is all I pay with that credit card. So I have a credit card specifically to buy in foreign exchange. Look into it because if you're gonna buy books from the US or be
This is
part of
why I like buying stuff in like Canadian dollars or like US dollars, because I'm like, oh my god, it seems so much. And then I convert it, I'm like, oh, okay.
oh, it's so cheap.
Yeah, I love
You're
it to
winning,
buy
Lucy.
something from
You're-
US.
Yeah, with euros
Every
as
time
well.
I convert the US dollar to euro, I'm like,
Yeah. Thank God.
Lucky.
it's even less.
Lucky.
I think in the moment when I buy something from the US, it's €5
I don't even know what the
cheaper than not cheaper. I mean, it's the price, but I'm like, oh, $50. Oh, that's so much. That's so much, and then 45
yeah. I
euro.
mean, like,
That's okay.
it's 70p to $1 at the moment, so that's really good.
I swear, if I ever come to Europe, I need to just buy a whole ton of books. I'm gonna walk with like a luggage just to carry books. Let's just carry books.
Yeah, you have to buy a whole new suitcase.
Yeah.
Yes. I need to do some revision. Cool.
Hi.
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 I think I just read one chapter. I'm really liking it. My brain is like really thinking a lot. Like I feel like we're getting a lot of hints. So we'll see if I actually am seeing what I think I'm seeing. Zoe, did you start another book?
I read 10 pages in Kingdom of the Wicked, and then I eat my dinner. And I try to read and eat at the same time, but it was not possible. So
No, yeah, I can't do that.
I
I
stopped.
can only do it if I have my Kindle and I can
Yeah.
like prop it up. and
Yeah.
read,
Yeah,
but-
and then you tap, and you don't have to like.
Yeah.
No, I finished studying, and now I'm back in my bedroom and finally be able to read.
I read 29 pages of Monstrous. But I was packing my bag and stuff to leave. So
Yes, I know you're hungry, ready to eat.
I'm starting to regret it not eating breakfast now because dinner at this point is gonna not happen till maybe the next half an hour.
What time is it?
It's 2:37 p.m. right now.
Oh, and you haven't eaten today. That's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt.
You need
It's
to
really gonna
find a
hurt.
little snack.
I had some green smoothie juice. It was like apple, kiwi. And that was what I came on a sprint with a glass. Apple, kiwi, pineapple, mangoes, and something else that was in it. But no
That
food.
sounds good.
No food. And I keep looking. I went to check on the chicken to make sure that it's still warm and still like crispy and juicy, so it hasn't dried out. Thank goodness.
Well, that's good.
But yeah.
Joe only has 5 pages left of Kingdom of the Wicked. Mute
my God.
us. Finish it.
I'm so excited.
If
I
you haven't
need to
already.
I think I should start it by maybe Friday. Friday I should start Kingdom of the Wicked.
Kelsey read 70 pages, instant messenger kind of writing, and it's getting weird. I mean, the cover definitely implies that it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. She finished.
I like
Yay!
the. What did you think?
Yes.
So do you still like it?
Do we have an initial
What is the rating?
Zoe's very interested since she's starting this.
Mhm.
I'm on page 23, so I'm not far into the story.
Is it good so far?
Yeah, I did a lot of tabs in these 23 pages. You can see it because it's so light.
Yeah.
But
Is it like world building?
I like it so far.
Hi, Kelsey.
I'm not a
Bye,
Thanksgiving
Kelsey.
lunch.
Bye, Kelsey.
Emotional.
Enjoy your dinner.
Yeah,
That's
lots of
I mean,
food.
you get
Right.
two
That's
meals
okay.
sounds great. And this is our last print, actually. That was our last print. So, because I think we've been here. This was our third one.
Yeah. I
But
heard
thank
the
you for
audiobook
coming.
for Kingdom of the Wicked is good, Zoe.
Hmm?
I heard the audiobook for Kingdom of the Wicked is good.
I've heard that too.
I'm waiting to get. That's the reason I haven't started it. I'm waiting to get the audiobook. I'm next in line at the library. I should have gotten it since Saturday. I don't know who's holding up, but I need to let it go so I can pick it up.
I bought so many books this month. I can buy the audiobook for this too if I have the original.
I feel that.
It was good. Really wanted to keep reading, even when I felt like a disappointed parent to the main character and predicted the ending quite early on.
Disappointed parent. Oh gosh.
I've never heard that phrasing before, but I think it's very true for some books.
I'm excited to see if I'm also a disappointed parent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very intrigued since everybody's reading it. It makes me want to pick it up soon, especially with the sequel coming out. Or has the sequel already? It's already come out, right?
Yeah,
I
it
think
came
it's
out
out.
last week. I'm waiting for my copy. I should get mine copy tomorrow in the mail.
Let's see.
I heard a lot of people love Wrath, so I'm hoping I love. I always tend to like the male characters more in books than the female characters. I don't know why,
Mm-hmm.
but I always prefer the male characters over the female ones. Even if it's based on the female and you have no point of view for the male, I always still prefer them. Is it dual point of view or is it just like first person, her point of view only?
No.
Every time
Yes,
she said
it's her. So far, it's only her perspective from Emilia. The prologue was not in it.
Julian's message.
See, nowadays, right?
Oh,
Oh,
no!
it's about it's an earthworm.
No.
If this is the case, I really can't wait to hear what Zoe thinks.
Yeah.
Because I just love when Zoe rants about something. It's just so good.
Okay, I hope the instinct of an earthworm. So she is this basic main character of every fantasy book. I mean, every girl in the fantasy world in every book is always does this bare minimum to stay alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Convenient plot points save them.
Yeah. Kingdom of the Cursed was released 6 days ago, so you can read it.
I guess that makes sense why I'm seeing so many people read it right now because the sequel is
Yeah.
coming out. So people are either rereading or picking it up for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You could use it as your motto in life. What would Amelia do? Go for the opposite choice.
The
Oh my
person who
God.
rated that book 2 stars, she really hated Amelia. I think she rated it 2 stars because of Amelia.
Who?
Oh wow.
The person who rated Kingdom of the Wicked 2 stars, I saw on Instagram, she really hated Amelia. And she said in the second book she read, she gave Rat 5 stars and Emilia minus something. Minus stars.
No.
Oh my god.
So if you really can't stand her, I think you can easily hate the book, especially if it's only told in her point of view. I can see it's possible hating the book if you can't stand her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I really do like it when I like the main character. I don't know how I'm going to feel about it if I don't like the main character.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's going to be interesting to see.
I heard the first book is YA and the second book is like new adult, and I'm so confused because I'm just like, why?
Right.
Why change it?
Yeah, because it's like it's 1 year apart. You know, like when books are like they age up, it's only 1 year difference. Like, I assume Kingdom of the Wicked came out like a year ago, or maybe a little bit over a year ago. It's just like it started off as YA. So imagine someone who's buying that book. It's like, okay, it's YA, and then you age it up. Like I've seen people who buy books for like their kids and stuff, and it's just like you tell them, "Oh, this is YA," but then you're like, when you come back, they're like, "Oh, but the series changes to new adult."
Well, maybe it's like Amelia was 17 and then she turned 18 in the next book, and that what made it new adult, even though maybe the writing's not changing.
Well, I heard there isn't much anything explicit in the first book when it comes to like romance. So I don't know. Maybe it could become that way in the second if it isn't, or maybe the last one. I think it's a trilogy, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I see a lot of. I read the Book of the Other is gone.
Okay.
Okay. I read a few of the 2 stars ratings on
Oh,
Goodreads,
no.
and I love the one of someone who's just have this happy smiley and rated it 2 stars and says no. That was it. I like this. this is funny, okay? But they all hate the main character because this was boring. Someone said they liked the main character, but the rest was not their cup of tea. And some of Italian people say that this book is shit. So
Oh,
Oh
and
my
to
goodness.
say, I'm only in the second chapter, but I don't really like it in books when this book took place in a different country and there's a different language than English, and they say a few words in the different language because there's no translation behind it. So if you know the words, you're good, and if you don't notice, you are sitting there like, and now what?
yeah.
Let me
Right.
check with the Google Translator what they say right at the moment. I mean, it's just a few words, but
It's these two star comments on Kingdom of the Wicked that's killing me.
which sister died? Hold on.
I think
Joe, what are you telling us?
Is
the other sister, is that the main character?
Yeah, because the main character is a twin, and they said one of them died. So
one of them
Christopher
died? I'm
Amelia
not that far into the story. I didn't.
I think it's in the synopsis, though.
Yeah.
It's in the synopsis. Yeah, that's what it starts on the synopsis. It says,
Oh, I
she-
thought she was kidnapped.
"No, they said she was killed, and she's trying to figure out who
No,
killed her."
it says she searched for the sister's killer.
Yeah, searching for the sister's killer.
Oh, so
I didn't read the synopsis. I never read the synopsis. I just bought this because it was in a display and was like, everyone reads this and recommends this on TikTok and the Discord and everywhere. So I buy it. So this was the whole reason. I didn't read the synopsis of it. Why should I?
I get what Joe's trying to say now. If the twin was the main character.
Jaleesa loved it, and I have very similar reading taste to Jaleesa. So I'm gonna trust that I will love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
she
Mel
read
did
it a
5
couple months
stars
ago.
too. So
I like how I say it in the Discord chat that I think there was a person described the demon right out of the hell, and I was like, I don't think that this demon looks like this. Maybe it's a hot guy, and it says in the synopsis that it is him.
Yeah.
Not me thinking I'm genius and intelligent.
oh god.
When it's literally in the synopsis of this book.
Oh,
I've seen quite a bit of art of Wrath.
Oh crap.
Yeah.
Definitely attractive.
Sorry guys, I gotta go.
okay.
Bye.
Enjoy your dinner.
Bye.
Enjoy Thanksgiving.
Enjoy
I'll
it.
finally eat. I'll be in the
Yay.
comments of whoever is hosting later today.
Okay. Which I guess it's Kalia
Yes.
at 4:30 my time, so it's like 3.5 hours ish.
Oh, is it the half hour?
Yeah, she did 4:30.
Damn. Why she gotta do so late? I'm gonna be asleep.
I'll
well.
probably hop on her for a little bit, but then I'll have to leave. But I guess we can hop off now. We've got 10 minutes till the hour.
Yay.
So, thank everyone for coming and watching. It was a lot of fun. Got to start an actual thriller book
Yay.
instead of a romance, so that was great. And Zoe finished her book, so we made some progress.
Yeah.
But Kalia is linked in the description of this video. So, like I said, she'll be sprinting in like 3.5 hours, a little more than that since it's 10 minutes till. But yeah, so be sure to, if you can, join in on that.
Yay.
So see y'all later.
Thanks.
See you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.